Let's dive into one of the most beloved figures in all of Buddhism. We're talking about a being of such immense compassion that she's literally a lifeline for millions, someone who hears the cries of the world and actually vows to answer. This is the story of GuanYin.
There's this old Chinese saying that really gets to the heart of it. It says, every family honors Amitabha. Every household honors GuanYin. And that tells you everything. This isn't some distant, abstract figure. GuanYin is a household name, a source of comfort that's woven right into the daily lives of countless people.
So who is GuanYin really? What's the story here? Well, to get a handle on her incredible influence, we first have to break down her name and her really unique place in the Buddhist world.
Okay, so the name GuanYin is actually short for GuanXiyin, and that translates to perceiver of the world's sounds. This is the Chinese name for Avalokitesvara, the bodhisattva of compassion. But that name isn't just, poetic, it's her job description. She is the one who is actively, constantly listening for the sounds of suffering in the world.
And here's what makes her story so powerful. GuanYin isn't just trying to reach enlightenment. Get this, she already made it. She actually attained full Buddhahood, but then made this incredible vow to come back as a bodhisattva, to stay right here in our world and help every single living being find their way out of suffering.
And this isn't just folklore. This idea comes straight from the Lotus Sutra. In it, the Buddha himself lays it out. He says that if you are in any kind of trouble and you call her name with a focused heart, GuanYin will instantly hear you and respond. It's basically presented as this direct line, a spiritual hotline for anyone in distress. So, you can probably guess that this promise of a direct line to help is a huge reason why she is so popular. Her appeal isn't just philosophical, it's incredibly practical. It's rooted in this promise of real, tangible help when you need it most.
And the scriptures get really specific and pretty dramatic about her power. They say if you call out her name while you're trapped in a huge fire, that fire will not burn you.
If you're being swept away in a flood, you'll suddenly find a shallow, safe place to stand.
And get this, if you're on a boat caught in a terrible storm at sea, just one person calling her name can save everyone on board. It's this promise of direct intervention that has made her so deeply revered. Now, this is a really important distinction to make. You have another major figure, Amitabha Buddha, whose promise is mainly about the afterlife, being reborn in his Pure Land. But GuanYin, her focus is on this life. Her popularity comes from offering real solutions to the problems we are facing right here, right now.
Okay, but this brings up a huge question, right? If GuanYin can just swoop in and save you from a fire or a flood, what does that do to the law of karma? I mean, how can these two ideas even exist at the same time? It seems like a contradiction.
This is what you're probably thinking, isn't it? If my actions are supposed to have consequences, can I just get a free pass by praying? Is it some kind of cosmic loophole? Well, the answer is way more interesting than a simple yes or no.
So first, let's just get on the same page about what karma is. It's the fundamental law of cause and effect. Simple as that. Your past and present actions directly shape the quality of your life. It's not a cosmic judge handing out rewards and punishments. It's more like a law of nature, like gravity.
The key to understanding this whole thing lies in how Buddhism sees karma. See, it's not all one big monolith. There are actually two types. First, you've got fixed karma. This comes from really powerful actions and the consequences are pretty much locked in. In this case, prayer might not erase the problem, but it can give you relief from the suffering it causes. But then there's unfixed karma, which is much more flexible. Its outcome can be changed by what you do next. And this is where calling on GuanYin can make a direct, tangible difference.
So, praying to GuanYin isn't about erasing karma. Think of it more like she provides positive supporting conditions. She might create an opening for you to meet the right person or give you the inner strength to get through something awful. But, and this is the important part, the final outcome still depends on your own efforts, your own good deeds, and your own compassion. It's a partnership.
All right, so if this connection relies so much on your own state of mind, how does it actually work? How do people connect with GuanYin, and what's the secret sauce that makes that connection really effective?
First thing to know is that GuanYin isn't stuck in one form. The scriptures say she can show up as a Buddha, a king, a general, a regular person, literally whatever form is needed to best reach and help someone in a specific situation. It shows that true compassion has to be adaptable.
So you might be wondering, how can one being show up in so many different ways? Well, there's this really deep Buddhist concept called the Trikaya, or the three bodies of a Buddha. Think of it like this. There's the truth body, which is ultimate, formless reality itself. Then there's a divine bliss body that exists in other realms. And finally, there's the manifestation body. That's the physical form they take in our world to help us. The GuanYin people see and connect with is one of those manifestations.
So, what do people actually do to connect? The most common way is reciting her name, Namo GuanYin Bodhisattva, over and over, with total single-minded focus. Others use powerful mantras, like the one from the Heart Sutra, or, of course, the incredibly famous Om Mani Padme Hum.
Okay, but let's be real. What happens when someone calls out and it feels like nobody's listening? This is a really important question, and the tradition actually has some very clear answers for it.
There are basically 4 main reasons. First, your heart and mind just aren't in it. There's a lack of genuine focus. Second, if the only reason you want to be saved is so you can go on and cause more harm, well, that's not going to fly. Third, the problem might be rooted in that fixed karma we talked about, something that simply can't be changed. And finally, and this is probably the biggest one, if your request comes from a place of greed, hatred, or ignorance, it's just not on the same wavelength as her compassion. You have to resonate with compassion to receive it.
And that really is the heart of it all, isn't it? Connecting with GuanYin isn't just about asking for stuff, it's about cultivating your own compassion. Which really just leaves us with one final question to think about. In a world that's so full of suffering, where could you be a perceiver of sounds for someone else?